Please remember to subscribe, click like, and click the bell icon for all notifications on this channel. Truly a tough day in the land of WWE when they have to fire a number of their superstars due to the situation that we're in right now with the coronavirus and WWE pretty much losing money. And also the loss of a true WWE legend, someone who is at one time, and maybe even till he passed away, was the longest tenured employee at WWE. I'll get into that right after I take a look at the top 10 NXT moments for April 15, 2020. Here we go. Top 10 NXT moments for April 15, 2020.
Mentioned Charlotte Flair lighting a fire in the division. Aaliyah did a great job lighting a fire. Xia Li, man,
Love that move. Glad she beat Aaliyah.
Xia Li gets redemption against Aaliyah.
Good girl. Good for her. Really a favorite of mine recently. This guy, Dexter Lumis. I don't know what he does to keep his eyes from blinking, but it works for his character, man. It's like he's intense. Holy crap. This was a surprise, you know, but Tozawa is truly one of the reliable guys. I mean, I was thinking they're going to give it to Swerve Scott because he's been one of the newest guys, but, you know, Triple H must like him and wants to let him go ahead and have a victory in this tournament, round robin style.
If it wasn't hard enough to deal with Raquel Gonzalez, now you got Shotzi Blackheart.
Yeah, my girl, all up in there. Yeah, take that, Dakota. Oh, this didn't do nothing. Of course, she can't do nothing right.
Caught by Gonzalez. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, he's going for a choke slam on the apron. Cover.
And good for Tegan Knox. She pins Miss Useless. Don't like her. I don't like Raquel Gonzalez.
Going up to the top turnbuckle.
The Prince.
Martel is down. Great opportunity.
Good match. Even the man himself, man. Even Eichner, man, with his power and his strength and everything like that. I don't know. He did that easily, man. He's got some deceptive strength, man.
The Prince takes out another member of Imperium.
Here is your winner, Finn Balor.
Nice.
Oh, Velveteen. Wait, wait, you didn't actually think
This surprised me he didn't show up
there tonight, did
really?
you? All right,
is he on quarantine?
Let me explain this to you one more time. You, yes, you do not deserve a shot at my NXT championship. It's just that simple. And listen, a lot of things have been twisted.
You're saying he doesn't deserve it, or are you scared to face him there, Cole? Come on now.
Right now, I'm worried
You're to be the greatest champion in NXT.
Reality. I'm not
put up or shut up, you know?
Unimportant, childish dreams of other people. Me and everybody else, we should be focused on protecting our reality, taking care of it. And the reality of our world right now is that there is nobody in NXT, nobody in WWE who deserves a shot at my NXT championship.
I wish I could be there right now to defend those NXT Tag Team Championships. But unfortunately, that's not possible. But Matt, I know you're in need of a tag team partner. So I've gone out and I've found another true stallion. He's one of the toughest people I've ever been in the ring with. And he's ready to break some jaws. His name is Timothy Thatcher.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Been a while, but I heard that he was coming. He's finally here. It's kind of a slow start getting used to, you know, his style and everything, watching the wrestling match, and then, you know, at the end of the match, man, I was good, and I was convinced. You know, good guy, good wrestler. See, that's a way for Green to prove that he has what it takes to, or has the right to challenge Adam Cole, take on
About the greatest NXT
the
champion of all
former
time.
greatest NXT champion. I mean, his record got, you know, got surpassed by
So
Adam
be
Cole.
careful, because ignorant comments will get you a date with the prince.
I like this comeback.
A date with the prince. How about you be a gentleman, Finn, and pick the dream up, let's say, next Wednesday night?
I like that. That was a good comeback. It's like, got it.
Fishing strong, trying to
Again, as usual, physical match.
Oh man, a knee strike to the back of the neck of Riddle.
I like the ending to this, man. I like how he did this.
As physical gets.
This shit.
Jumping knee strike, and now the
This is into the Fujiwara armbar, man. That's it. Thatcher. That's it. Definitely earned the right to be the tag team champion. You got the pin. So while Dunn is in UK, not able to travel, I say he's a good replacement.
You are the better
Oh,
man.
this thing right here.
Woohoo!
This is going to be a good feud. Oh my god. Excited. You see the boot of, I guess that's, what's her name? That's Scarlett Bordeaux. And that, of course, is Killer Cross. But you don't know his name yet, if he keeps that name. TikTok, that's all he said. Wow. What a way to go off air with the image of Tommaso Ciampa on the ground, the boot of Scarlett Bordeaux and her man whispering into Tommaso Ciampa's ear, TikTok, TikTok. That man being Killer Cross, or if that is going to be his name. I don't know if both their names are changed. They haven't said anything yet. So there are those that are saying that's a possibility that their names are going to be changed, but it'd be great for them to have those names. Those are pretty cool names, you know. Not familiar with them, you know, until it was announced that they were going to be, you know, they're signed for WWE. Well, I know Killer Cross was, and I don't know if they said anything about Scarlett Bordeaux being signed, but maybe she was signed. It just hasn't. I just haven't heard anything about it. But she's here with her husband, right? So that was really a good way to go off air and to end a pretty good NXT. I enjoyed it this week more than last week. I know some people are going, "How could you not like it last week?" Because of Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano match. Well, I mean, if you want to know what I thought, just go back to that video last week. For the 8th of April, that edition of my video for top 10 moments in NXT. You can check that out. But yeah, this one was, you know, was very good. Even though I'm not a fan of Raquel Gonzalez, but I like the interaction with Shotzi Blackheart coming in and pretty much laying out Dakota Kai and kind of evening up the odds, and then allowing Tegan Knox to roll up Raquel Gonzalez for the pin. And now there's going to be a tag team match between the two next week. So that's going to be interesting. Let's see how maybe Raquel Gonzalez is a better tag team wrestler. So let's see how she does. It's just so crazy now in WWE with the whole thing of the recent firings and releases of superstars. It really caught people by surprise, fans and fellow wrestlers and all that. And I'm sure these men and women are just, you know, beside themselves. A lot of them were tweeting out pretty, you know, sad tweets, depressed. They're sad. They're really unhappy, and some of them shedding tears. And I got the list here of the names. As of right now, it's Carl Anderson, EC3, Drake Maverick, Kurt Hawkins, Leo Rush, Luke Gallows, Eric Young, Heath Slater, Kurt Angle, Aiden English, Sarah Logan, Mike Chioda, Rowan and Primo and Epico, and Mike Kanellis and Maria Kanellis, Zack Ryder and Owe Jose, Diana Perazzo, Alexander Jaksic, and MJ Jenkins. Those last two are from NXT, and I do remember them wrestling and like that, but not so much. They're just, I guess, they were rising and upcoming stars, and decided to let them go. And Diana Perazzo as well. And the main one, and the very not so surprising, but probably pretty sad for the WWE fans. Probably a relief for him, and that's Rusev. Now Rusev can go and fly his tray somewhere else. His wife signed a contract recently, so she's with WWE, I think, for another 3 years. Mike Chioda, since '89, been a wrestler, a referee. That's pretty shocking that he got fired. But like I was saying to myself, and for those people who are saying, to F WWE and how could they do this and all that stuff, look at the situation that we're in, folks. This coronavirus, people are told to stay home, can't go to big events, stadiums, arenas, venues of any kind, no gathering. So where do you think WWE gets a lot of their, venue from? Their revenue from, their, income. You know, no fans, no money. So these guys, they're just doing this because their salaries can be allocated to something else. Probably they can put all together and then they could distribute it to the remaining superstars that are there, or use it for other things. It's cost cutting. It's something that needs to be done. And who's to say that WWE is not going to sign back half of these guys, most of these guys, maybe even all of these guys? Who knows? They probably told them that there's a possibility you guys may come back. And some of them definitely want to come back. There's those that I know they're probably they're happy that they're gone. They just had to take the unfortunate thing of being fired instead of their contracts running out or their contracts being up. That's how they were gone. Nobody wants to be fired, right? Let your contract run out, then you go, you leave. Be at a negotiating table, negotiate for a bigger contract if you want to stay, kind of a thing. Nobody wants to be forced out like that. But they have AEW, but WWE probably told them straight up, you guys ain't going to AEW right away, or if at all. I'm pretty sure not right away. I'm pretty sure they said. I'm pretty sure they said we don't want you to go to AEW. They probably put something else in their contract to make sure they don't go to the AEW. I don't blame the WWE. AEW is on the rise right now. They haven't made any mistakes yet to show that there's a weakness there, that they may not be the number two when it comes to the top companies in WWE in wrestling, I should say. But that's that with that news. And then the other one is a truly tragic, sad news, and that is the passing of Howard Finkel. Or yes, we knew him as the Fink. Remember that? How he affectionately was called by Gorilla Monsoon and by Brain Heenan and McMahon, and everybody would do that. You know what I mean? And his voice was so iconic. His voice had that deep, powerful, register. The way he would announce Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant and Demolition and all these wrestlers, even in recent memories going back to 20 years ago with The Rock and Stone Cold. But yeah, he joins Mean Gene Okerlund and Bobby the Brain Heenan, in the recent years, and then going back a number of years with Gorilla Monsoon and Lord Alfred Hayes and all these legends from the 80s into the 90s, And this was a long tenured employee. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm sure that he was still with WWE, but I think he was more of an ambassador to WWE. And I remember hearing that he had a stroke some years ago, so that kind of slowed him down, definitely. And my condolences go to the family and to his friends and colleagues. It is truly hard to lose somebody, even someone who's close to you as like a brother or sister or a mother or father, but then to lose someone that was so respected, right? And someone who everybody, was like, and I remember, when I would hear someone else announcing a match, I'm like, where's Howard Finkel? You know, where's the Fink? He was a kid, 12, 13, 14-year-old, you know? It doesn't sound the same. It doesn't feel the same, you know? And then he comes back around and maybe he was sick that week or something, you know what I mean? And, you know, because I know in the years that followed, about 10 or 15 more years, that he slowly but surely started, not announcing. But I remember those times when he was still active, and then I was always like, every time I would hear him announce the match, I'm like, yeah, it feels good. It feels right, right? It feels right uh, when I'm watching this match, and Howard Finkel's the one that announced. There's some wrestlers that even said how much of an honor it was to have him as the ring announcer, to announce her going down that ramp to the ring, you know. And that's just something. That's saying a lot, that you are, you're like looking forward to Howard Finkel, you know, announcing your match, you know. I mean, that's something right there, man. And that's a credit to how much of respect he had from everybody. I don't know. Has there been really a coarse word from anybody? You know, all these wrestlers like to go on podcasts and interviews. You can find them all over YouTube that they're talking crap about this guy and saying this guy was this and that. I wonder if there's anything about that. Probably not. Probably not. You know, maybe they'll just say that one of those guys who like to rib you. You know, he practical jokes. That's probably the extent of it. You know, because some people don't like being ribbed like that. But I think in wrestling, they took it as a badge of honor. Who knows if he probably was one of those guys. I kind of see him as one of those guys, but I've never heard anything like that. The number one guy that everybody talks about is Owen Hart as being one of the biggest practical jokers, you know. And when him and Dave Boyspec got together, they were notorious, you know. But yeah, that truly is sad. You know, it's sad on one end, people losing their jobs and not knowing where they're going to go, and then it's one of those life changing, sad when it comes to Howard Finkel passing, because those who close to him, who his colleagues, they lost somebody, somebody that will never come back. The wrestlers have been released from the WWE, fired, they'll get back on their feet. It's going to take some time, but they'll get back on their feet. There's always going to be a job for them. A lot of these guys that they let go still got a lot in them. Some of them are still young, and even though some of them are in their 40s and 50s, they still got something to, they could still give something to another company. I believe the oldest one out of all these guys is probably Kurt Angle, or maybe even Mike Chioda. But like I said, a lot of these guys might even be rehired as soon as everything settles down, and the world opens up again, after they get all this stuff, settled out and everything, everything like in place so that we can all go back to our jobs. I'm fortunate enough that I'm on my job. I'm regarded as essential. So I think everybody's essential, really. But there are those that are regarded as essential employees or essential, So I'm one of those people. So I'm still working. I feel blessed, but I feel for the people that aren't working right now and raising families and needing to pay their bills and all that. And hopefully they're getting help. Hopefully the upcoming stimulus checks that are coming, are going to help out. I hope so. But yeah, that was my video for the top 10 NXT moments for April 15, 2020. And for those of you who stopped by, appreciate it. And for those of you who haven't subbed yet, please subscribe to my channel and also click the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I upload a video. If you like this video, and please click thumbs up and also share it on whichever way you can, on Facebook, Twitter, etc. And let me know what you think of what happened here with the releases and firing of these WWE superstars, and also the passing of Howard Finkel. But well, that's before I don't want to keep talking and babbling. So I better end this before I keep going and going, because I can keep going and going if I want to. But Anyway, again, I want to let you all know that I appreciate you stopping by. And well, in closing, and as always, take care.